you've seen it. One minute they're calm, they're charming. The next minute they're exploding. Rage, accusations, total meltdown. And you're thinking, what? Why did they snap like that? What in the heck is happening here? What if I told you it's not just personality? What if I told you it's actually brain chemistry? And today I'm taking you inside the narcissist's brain, and I'm going to tell you what's happening inside there when they lose control so that you can stay inside your control when this is happening. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung, and I'm a globally recognized negotiations expert, a high conflict communication strategist, and an attorney. And I'm the best-selling author of Slay the Bully, How to Negotiate with a Narcissist and Win. For over 2 decades, I've worked with people just like you to help them take back their power in situations where they've been dealing with people who get triggered in the courtroom, in the boardroom, in your homes, in personal situations, and how you can use this insight to protect your peace and your power. So if you're new here, welcome. And I invite you to subscribe and hit that bell so that you can finally get back where you want to be. So today we're going inside their brain. All right. And I release brand new videos every single day. So what's really happening inside their brain when a narcissist feels rejected, criticized, or exposed, even slightly? The narcissist sees this as danger, danger, danger. And here's why. It has to do with their limbic system, the emotional center of their brain. The reason why it's already damaged due to early trauma. Many narcissists have experienced trauma early on in their childhood. Emotional neglect, it could be criticism or abuse as children. What happens is that their developing brain was flooded with cortisol on a regular or continuing basis. And that's that stress hormone. And over time, this causes arrested development of emotional regulation. And it caused a hyperactive amygdala, which is that fear response, a weak connection to the prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that handles logic and impulse control. So when they even feel a hint of shame or rejection, when that brain is feeling that sense that they might be rejected or they might be exposed in some way, their brain literally bypasses logic and goes straight into survival mode. And it shuts down this prefrontal cortex, which is that part of the brain which is responsible for reason. It literally turns off. And that's why they explode. And that's why they're not thinking from a place of reason. They're reacting to a perceived threat to their ego, right? And that's why you cannot communicate with or negotiate with a narcissist in the same way that you can with a regular, reasonable person. That's why during the discard phase, this is what you're dealing with. That's when you see the birth of the smear campaign. And by the way, this is why you're dealing with this person who will actually self-sabotage in order to take you down. You're not dealing with reason. You're dealing with rage. All right. Have you ever witnessed this? I want to know in the comments. And if you are just going, wow, right now, wow, I want you to put wow in the comments right now, because they go literally from 0 to 100 out of nowhere. And you're going, oh my gosh, I didn't use a tone. I didn't use a tone. I didn't say anything. And you're thinking, what? How did this happen? If you're feeling like I'm not alone in this, finally, this is like crazy to me, I want you to just comment about that, because this is how we build community, and this is how we start to help each other. Have you ever met somebody, they started off to be the most charming, charismatic person you've ever met in your life, then they turned out to be your worst nightmare, and then when you go to negotiate with them, they're a living hell? Well, I developed something called the SLAY method of negotiating with narcissists, and it has helped tens of thousands of people in more than 150 countries win, go from feeling drained and defeated to getting the outcomes they want. And the reason why it works is because I spent more than 20 years studying narcissism as a trial attorney, and now I'm here to help you win too, and also take your suffering and turn it into your superpower. Take your pain and turn it into profit, peace, and purpose as a highly specialized high conflict negotiation coach. If you want to learn how to do it, then just go to RebeccaZung.com/apply, and I will show you how. All right, so what triggers this narcissistic rage? This is narcissistic injury. What triggers this brain-based meltdown? It could be boundaries. All right, you start to say no. This is where they have a deep sense of shame. Their brain sees this as rejection, so they start to lash out. Now, does this mean you shouldn't put up a boundary? Definitely not. You have every right. You are not responsible for their triggers. You have to take care of yourself. Number 2 is accountability. They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to be held responsible. So when you try to hold them responsible, that threatens their very fragile egos. Remember, their self-worth is all from external sources. So they fight accountability like it's an attack. They'll see that as an attack. When you point out they didn't do the thing that they were said they were supposed to do or are supposed to do, they will see that as an attack. Does that mean that you shouldn't hold them accountable? No, it just means that they're going to see that as an attack because they're going to be out of integrity. Number 3, comparison. If you succeed, if you shine, if you get praise from somebody else, especially in front of others, they see that as making them look bad in some way. It's like pressing their deepest wound. I'm not enough in some way. Does that mean that you should try to shrink? No, you'll never get small enough for them. It's their own shame wound. Narcissists carry the biggest amount of shame. It's like they have this black hole inside of them that can never be filled. It's not your job to try to fill it. Can never be filled. Silence or disengagement. A narcissist go into panic mode if you ignore them. They fear being irrelevant, and their rage is an attempt to pull you back in. Remember, they're like drug addicts for supply, and you're their drug, okay? And these aren't random tantrums that they're having. They are limbic explosions, a brain in trauma reacting to imagined threats. If you want emails and text messages that you can use, templates that you can use, I have what I call cool words to help you with that. So powerful. So just go to slaymyemails.com, and get them. It is, something I actually used to have as part of my Slay program. I'm giving them to you. Okay, so just go get them, slaymyemails.com. They're built to help you deactivate conflict without giving up control. So just go get them right now. The next thing I want you to do is start protecting your peace during a meltdown. So how do you do that? You don't have to match their energy. It's so natural to, if they go up in tone, you're going to go up in tone. When they go up in tone, go down in tone. De-escalate. Okay, you don't have to fight back. What you do need is strategy. Okay, you know what their strategy is? It's chaos, confusion, gaslighting. It's baiting you, triggering you. That's their strategy, to keep you sucked in, pulled in, dragged in the mud. Your strategy is to take every single thing they do and document it and see it as a gift. And you just start writing it down. You do not take that rage personally. They're not angry at you. They're reacting to shame. They're reacting to potentially being exposed. They're reacting to their own wounds. You don't take any of that personally. You start detaching emotionally, and you start looking at them as if you're reporting the news. You start just observing. You observe, don't absorb. You respond, you don't react. And you stand in your power and use that power pause. You wait at least 8 seconds and you say your boundary. This isn't working for me. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate your thoughts. Thank you. You just have some phrases that you use. You don't ever explain, justify, or overshare. You just pause. You let their brain flail while you pause. You stay calm. Stick to facts, not feelings. You can't argue someone out of a limbic response, but you can use calm, brief statements. We'll revisit this later. That doesn't work for me. I agree that that's how you feel. I see what you're saying. Thank you. I'm not going to respond to aggression. A few brief statements like that. I want to know what's one boundary that you're going to start to implement right now, and I want you to put it in the comments right now. What's one thing you're going to start to do to protect yourself? I just gave you several things. So I want to know which one thing you're going to choose. And I want you to put it in the comments. All right, let's build a wall. Remember, your boundaries are bridges. Your boundaries are bridges to your new life, your new way of being. You lead with your new way of being. Your identity precedes your outcome. You start with being who you're going to be, your new identity. All right, so you don't have to match their chaos. You don't have to analyze every little thing. You don't have to respond to every little thing that they send or every little comment that they make. You don't have to defend yourself. Don't ever defend yourself. Don't ever explain yourself. And you definitely don't have to keep absorbing all of the things that they send out. You can learn the science of their brain and then stand in your power. And if this helped you understand what's going on with them, and it helped you with their rage, it helps you go out of the storm, I want you to hit like and I want you to hit share, because other people need to have this information. I want you to hit subscribe so that you get the daily updates. Subscribe, hit that bell. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Investing in your mental health can feel like a big decision, but your peace of mind is just as essential as your physical well-being. Life brings challenges, from the anxiety of stress to navigating high conflict relationships, and you really shouldn't have to face them alone. Traditional in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, but with BetterHelp, you could save up to 50% per session on average. For a flat weekly fee, you get consistent quality care right from wherever you are. With over 30,000 licensed therapists and over 5 million people that have been helped worldwide, BetterHelp makes it easy to find support that fits your life, and you can switch therapists anytime. Therapy isn't just for moments of crisis. It's for building boundaries, learning tools, and becoming the most empowered version of yourself. Your well-being is so worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/negotiate to get 10% off your first month. Visit BetterHelp.com/negotiate. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/negotiate. If you're a renter, you have to hear this. We rack up points on groceries, travel, practically everything else. But rent, until recently, that was just money out the door, but not anymore. With Built, Paying rent finally pays off. There's no cost to join, and just by paying rent, you unlock flexible points that can be transferred to your favorite hotels, airlines, a future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and more. When you pay rent through Built, you unlock two powerful benefits. First, you earn industry's most valuable points on rent. Every month, no matter where you live or who your landlord is, your rent now works for you. Second, you gain access to your exclusive neighborhood benefits in your city. Built's neighborhood benefits are things like extra points on dining out, complimentary post-workout shakes, free mats or towels at your favorite fitness studios, and unique workout experiences that only Built members can access. And when you're ready to travel, Built points can be converted to your favorite miles and hotel points around the world, meaning your rent can literally take you places. So if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, what are you waiting for? Start paying rent through Built and take advantage of your neighborhood benefits by going to joinbuilt.com/negotiate. That's joinbilt.com/negotiate. Make sure to use our URL so that they know we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/negotiate to sign up for Built today. I want you to watch this next video because that way you can go a little bit deeper on this. It's called The Most Dangerous Narcissist Trait That No One Talks About. That's the next video that I want you to watch. The most dangerous narcissist trait that no one talks about. That it's the one that keeps people stuck. They never see it coming, all right? So go watch that video next. And remember that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. Today's a great day to stop being afraid of their rage so that you can step into your own power. All right, I will see you in that next video.